So a temporal Cold War, to my ears, means various factions, all of whom have access to different types of time travel, who are all in opposition to each other, but nevertheless want to use, those other forces, other individuals throughout the timelines in order to try and advance their ends, rather than actually doing anything themselves, right? This is one of the reasons why the Temporal Cold War is the way it is, and is being fought. It's sure a good thing that we created the Temporal Cold War, because as a reminder, we did that. Anyways, we've dealt with Galorndon Core, and Daniels is kind of messed up now. He says it's an occupational hazard, that's whatever. I'm pretty sure we're missing a couple of steps here, but honestly at this point we're just going to go through it in order. So the next thing is...
There's been a temporal disturbance in the 27th century. It's happening in the Lurs system. Vorgon mercenaries are targeting a scientist named Cal Dano. This is big. We must keep Dano and his research out of Vorgon hands. I've transmitted the temporal coordinates. Meet me there.
You got it. Oh, Jesus, Mr. Red. That's terrifying. I can't wait to look at it and say, no, no, no. So, welcome to the 27th century.
Permission to come aboard?
Permission granted. Alright. Ask Mr. Daniels to join us on the bridge, please.
Cal Dano is stationed here at a Daystrom Institute research facility. The Vorgons may already have what they came for. Bring us into scanning range. We need to find out.
Alright, bring us into range. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, you're probably wondering who Cal Dano is. He invented the Toxu Thought.
It's highly likely the Vorgons are at Cal Dano's research facility trying to get what they want. I'll take point on this one. I need you to keep an eye on that Vorgon ship and its crew. They might send reinforcements, or open fire from orbit.
Okay. If you don't know what the Toxu Thought is, don't worry about it. But if you do, well then you're probably going, oh. Wait, what?
The Vorgons have cornered Cal Dano. Engaging them now. The Vorgons have beamed out after our disagreement.
You're probably wondering how they destroyed me so quickly. Well, you may not notice all the damage I took there was actually from me because they threw up a Thorns aura.
This is Baratas, commander of the VSV Aberel. You are interfering with the private matter that does not concern you. Identify yourself.
You're an idiot? On basically every level. What kind of nonsense is this? Anyway, so you opened fire on me, so...
My name is Azure. Baratas and I pursue a researcher named Cal Dano, and have been for some time. He has created a weapon of mass destruction. A very valuable weapon. The Tox Uthat and its maker will be ours. Our reinforcements are en route. You should not have interfered.
Yeah...
Cal Dano's safe. For now. We're ready to beam up.
Well, beam him up.
Since these Vorgons aren't of this era, destroying them won't disrupt the timeline.
Oh, that just makes me feel so much better. I was just thinking to myself, I don't know, should I destroy these people who are trying to obtain a horrific weapon of mass destruction for their own selfish aims? Or should I preserve the timeline? Oh.
Caldano must fulfill his personal destiny. I've given him my time ship to do so. Please clear it for launch. Trust me on this. I can always get another ship.
Okay. Shuttle Bay 1, time ship is cleared for immediate launch. Do I even have a shuttle bay on this thing?
More Vorgons. We need to cover Cal's escape!
Okay.
Almost there. Just keep the Vorgons busy a bit longer.
Okay.
He made it. The time ship is safely on its way.
Good. Are you concerned about leaving debris of future ships in orbit of this system? Where is my hangar?
This is a temporary setback. Your interference will not keep us from Caldano or the Tox Uthot. History can be changed, as you will see.
Uh-huh.
The Arborel just engaged a temporal drive. They're gone. The Vorgons know a lot about the Tox Uthot and its history. They'll want to reach a pivotal point in its timeline. There! I have them. Reading a new temporal ripple. In the year 2152. Unfortunately, I can't ask Captain Archer to get involved in this one, so if you don't mind. Temporal course laid in. Ready when you are.
Why would you ever want to get Archer involved? Archer doesn't even want to get involved. I think you're right, Warp Core. Gotta keep checking to make sure that OBS doesn't crash every time. Because there's no notification. It just happens. Probably. At some point. Speaking of, here's the NX-01. You're probably wondering, what does the Tox Uthot have to do with the NX-01?
The time ship, or what's left of it, is currently on Enterprise, along with the body of Caldano.
Remember that episode? If not, bonus... I mean, I don't blame you, but if you do, bonus points, because holy crap. Who the hell would actually remember this episode?
The Vorgons don't know this, however. We can't let them endanger Enterprise or her crew. Also, we should stay out of Enterprise's sensor range. They haven't detected us yet, but let's not tempt fate.
Agreed. Last thing I want to deal with is Jonathan Archer.
History shows you have a habit of meddling in the affairs of others.
You're welcome for saving the entire galaxy, which includes you, I feel like adding.
We believe it is time to break you of that habit.
Okay, so, as I was saying... Oh, that's nice. Hull plating is done. No! Shut up and Wilmot. Now. You know, in total contrast to the Nakul, I love how pathetic the Vorgons are. And there go the Tholians.
Unidentified vessels. You are temporal anomalies. You do not belong. Your chronoton signature matches a vessel we seek. We will know why. Submit to investigation, or you will be purged.
Hold on, let me explain.
Tholian Captain, we are not aligned with these interlopers. In fact, we would be happy to ally with you against them.
Oh my god.
Alliance proposal refused. You are anomalous. They are anomalous. You will all be purged.
You and what army? Man, let me beat my actual enemies first. Again.
The Arborel is performing a temporal shunt. They're escaping!
For God's sakes. Alright, let's beat up these Tholians. Oh my god, they actually brought in their own reinforcements. Alright, polarize the hull plating. Activate the grappler. We see this is the moment the Tholians enter the Trek rewrite, right here. Because of our temporal incursion.
There's a Vulcan rescue team on its way to aid the Dakir. We should leave before they arrive and ask questions we're not prepared to answer.
Can you look at the Arborel?
Scanning for the Vorgons now. Ah, of course. They're heading to Risa. You may recall burying the Toxu Tot there with Cal.
I thought I haven't done that yet. But, yeah. That's what... I buried it there, so Picard will have found it there.
Ah, about that. Truth is, Captain Picard realized the scientific value of the Toxu Tot and faked its destruction to fool the Vorgons. It worked. Until now. I'm reading a new disturbance. Sol System 2375. They know where it is. Course locked in. Are you ready for transit?
Make it so. And yes, Melkor Blade. You have time to activate the Crippler. Now we're on the 20. We're just bouncing all over the place here. We've arrived during the Breen attack on Earth during the Dominion War.
The Toxu Tot is here, in a high-security vault under Starfleet command. I assume the Vorgons are taking advantage of the chaos and the heavy damage to infiltrate the security facility and steal the Toxu Tot.
I pity Captain Picard's ruse didn't last.
It held up for quite some time. I suspect our Vorgon friends are getting some help. History shows them giving up the hunt after their failure at Risa.
Well, whatever. We got work to do. Let's go kill some Breen, apparently. Watch, we end up saving Earth from the Breen attack. I should probably mention this is not only when they started adding temporal ships, but the temporal specialization, so... They were kind of invested in the whole time travel thing at this point, historically. I don't think I've ever actually used a temporal ship, though. But if I have, I don't remember it. It would have been like a event ship at that point. Yeah, actually, I went back and changed most of those records to indicate it was Kirk who did all those things instead of me. He gets all the credit. I'm okay with that. He also gets all the blame. Alright.
Let's take advantage of this lull in the battle to beam down, while we still can. Are you ready to beam down to Starfleet HQ?
Let's go. Let's see. Historically, at this point, we were probably not born yet, because we're pretty young. And this is about 34 years ago. Hey, Mother Musette. We're in the past, like you do. Alright, let's go. Death to the Breen! I don't know, I'm probably biased, but I've always thought of Picard as a good strategic captain. There's a reason why in the rewrite he's going to be a fleet captain. So to me, the idea that he and the Enterprise was kept out of the war is a little silly, honestly. It's not like you don't need not ships, you know, off the front line, but seriously, the Enterprise?
In orbit, the Federation fleet has engaged the Breen invasion force. Reports from San Francisco estimate casualties in the tens of thousands. Starfleet Command is under heavy fire at this time.
In the rewrite, Mike Labano? Yes. In actual Trek? No. In actual Trek, they like to just kind of skip everything and jump right into the Admiralty. And even that's kind of ill-defined.
We should probably ask that researcher what he knows.
You.
Oh, thank God you're not Breen. This is a nightmare. I think they're heading to the vault. What's left of my research team grabbed phasers from a security station and decided to hold the line. Against Breen soldiers. Complete, utter insanity. Please, help them.
Get to safety, I'll help them out. I definitely have a uniform on, shush. Yeah, as I say, they came up with Commodore for the TOS era, implied some interesting politics around it, and then never touched on it again.
Thanks for the assist. Anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I need the toxic thought. Kind of. I kind of need no one else to get it.
The Federation fleet is advancing on the Breen positions, but casualties are high on both sides. Breen shock troops are beaming to locations on Earth, where ground combat is the heaviest. Lastly, we have unofficial reports that Starfleet Academy is preparing to be overrun.
Thanks for the help. The Breen thought Starfleet scientists couldn't fight. As you can see, they were greatly mistaken.
As a reminder, canonically, the Breen took such severe losses for this that this was effectively a loss for the Breen, this attack on Earth. It's actually a plot point.
Funny you should mention that. We have. One of my team picked up 2 Vorgon life signs in the vault on local sensors, just before the Breen came to call. I notified security, for all the good that did. Let me buzz you in. Main access is over here.
Thanks.
Damn! This thing's a total loss. I can open up secondary access for you, but you should know, the Breen made it in there. Could be rough going.
I can deal with them. Thanks for the warning. Literally every Breen is just Carrie Fisher. All the different universes Carrie Fishers. Because we have a multiverse, canonically, so why not, right? Listen, Trithon, I'm a fleet admiral, okay? Just trust me. When did you become a fleet admiral? A little under a year after I left the academy. What? Listen. I'm legit, okay? Look, I know the secret handshake and everything.
Reports of a major strike led by the USS Cairo and the USS Enterprise are coming in. The Breen battle line appears to be breaking down, though heavy ground combat continues at several locations.
Oh, these... Oh, I haven't done one of these in a while. I screwed that up. Shoot. See, once you start getting lost, you're just screwed. Oh my god. Okay, let's try that again. Reset, reset. Oh god, it didn't reset it. Okay. Alright. I don't actually know, Ben Wilmot. I'm not sure. This is just the rest of the stream, because I don't have the brain for this right now. It's like, well, it's my life now. There. Oh my god, it has to be in the right order? Okay. That... Okay. Where's an asterisk? Where's the asterisk, Gumbermelgus? Where is it? I'll kill it. I'll kill anyone who points out an asterisk, and then I'll kill the asterisk itself. Oh, and the gameplay negatives. So the asterisk button is what I use to mute and unmute. Here, you see how I'm muting and unmuting and unmuting and muting. So if it happens to be selected when I hit that button, that's what that is. All right, so let's see here. Okay. I don't know how to solve this, apparently. Wow. Okay. Hang on. I'm just going to admit that I don't have the brain for this right now. So let's see if there's a walkthrough. There is no walkthrough. Great. You know what's funny is this is basically the last step here. Okay, we're gonna do the old random method, because I am actually lost on fixing this and solving this stupid thing. No, that needs to be green. There, blue, green, white. Pissant. Alright. The random method works. That's not actually a joke. That's a real method of puzzle solving. If you run into a wall mentally, you just start randomly messing with stuff. Then stop, and now that the parameters have changed, effectively reboot your brain and start over. Which is exactly what I just did. Alright, what do we got? Nice Indiana Jones looking place here. Or you could cutscene me, that's cool too.
I brought you this far, and you still won't join me?
No, Envoy. Your war with the Federation doesn't concern us.
Only the Tox Uthot matters. Nothing else. We are not alone in that pursuit, as you can see.
These must be the meddlers that you spoke of, Baratus. Kill them quickly.
I mean, you can friggin' try. Also, I'm over here, because, you know, looking for other stuff. And I'm dead. Oh, those grenades actually hurt.
We were so close.
Now you're dead.
Azure. No! No! Envoy! Show yourself!
Having trouble, are we? You see now the depths our foes will go to, Baratus. Join me, and you'll have your revenge. I swear it.
Very well. I will follow your lead, Envoy. For vengeance!
You realize you tried to kill me like a dozen times over.
Indeed.
But I know you don't think that way. Daniels, why are you evil in the future?
I'll be fine. We need to focus. Find the Tox Uthot.
You've been injured, and I demand to know why.
I'm afraid that's need-to-know information. And right now, you don't need to know. I'm sorry, but there are things bigger than this to worry about.
Whatever. I don't care. Moving on. Let's see. Let's find some crates, shall we? You can actually skip this step if you're science, but I don't want to skip this step because I want to see what kind of artifacts we've got here, shall we? Let's see. What do we got here? The Alice-class android by Dr. Amelia Utley. Discovered by Harkett Fenton Mudd on Mudd's world. An inert android of Andromedan origin. The android colony at Mudd's world disappeared under mysterious circumstances. What else we got here? Ah, there's the Tox Uthot. Damn it. Oh well. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can find here. I was actually hoping to find a list, but it doesn't look like I could find one. Like, it's not listed here. Which would have been awesome. Maybe if we do this one. Maybe this will show me. Nope. Damn. Whatever. There's a bunch. There are, as mentioned, 25.
As I said before, that information is need to know only. You knowing it could have an impact on future events. I apologize. But for now, it's my secret to bear. What's important is stopping the envoy and his allies. We might not be so lucky next time. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, why are you so stupid?
We have discovered that the Sphere Builders have been conducting operations in other universes. They aren't just looking to make changes in time, but in other dimensions as well. Their experiments in the parallel universe have produced results that will aid them in forming expanses here. We need to travel to that reality and stop the Sphere Builder research, while we still can.
Okay. I sure hope Superman is stronger than Ares, because if he's not, we got a problem. Aha! It is actually a list. So we've got the augment embryonic tissue, a tissue sample collected from the augments at Cold Station 12, that's from Enterprise. The overwhelm and devastate, an archival copy of Colonel Philip Green's manifesto, detailing his military philosophy and tactics, along with his plans to purify humanity. That's from TOS and Enterprise. The Shaharian sword, a blade of uncanny sharpness and strength forged by the legendary Vulcan blacksmith Shaharian. That's mentioned in this game. The android, already did that. Designation, Fnord. What? Interesting. Redacted. There's some red matter. You know what red matter is. The Genesis device is in there. The escape pod from... There's an escape pod from the Mirror Universe. Entered our dimension in 2377. Crashed near Tranquility Base. The pod contained a single canine occupant in a state of temporal suspension. Designation Porthos. Subject was integrated into a safe environment by Reginald Barclay after considerable rehabilitation. That's funny. Qatarian game sim device, discovered by William Riker on Ryza, a device used to as a sophisticated virtual gaming interface. Citation needed. The game rewarded the player's success by stimulating the present center of the brain, creating a psychotropic addiction, allowing them to mind control people. Really quick, thank you, Amelia Clark Cybros. And if you want to put that towards something, do please let me know. Thank you. Probably our future selves, if you think about it, especially if it's a loop. But I suppose that depends on the specifics. Symphony of War. I don't know, even heard of that game. Let's look that up. Symphony of War. What are you? It is apparently called the Nephilim Saga. Just came out last month. Yeah, I've never even heard of this game. So, no. But it just came out last month, and it looks like it's okay, so I will be going ahead and adding it. Or if you want to put it towards Fell Seal, I'll do that instead. Oh, that's okay. You gotta make up your mind. Let me put that there. What else we got here? The Lair of Dr. Chaotica, a holodeck memory module containing a Captain Proton simulation where the hollow character of Dr. Chaotica achieved sentience. Inspired by data on the Excalibans, Chaotica formed a legion of timeless villainy, composed of holographic recreation of infamous evildoers. The legion attempted to escape the confines of the holosuite where they were running, without success. Memory module was remanded to Section 31 shortly thereafter. There's also the Beta 5 computer unit, that's from TOS. The Struggle Undying, which is a book by Khan Noonien Singh. The first portion of the manuscript is autobiographical. The remainder covers a broad plan of conquest, including an intention to augment all that lives. The Borg Queen remains from the movie First Contact. Auxiliary Data Core, recovered from the USS Kelvin. Not sure what's going on with that. This is their only hint that the Kelvin timeline even exists. Agrathi memory implant system. This is developed for the Agrathi penal colony. This is the one that tortured O'Brien in one of the worst/best episodes of DS9. The Thought Maker. This is actually a Ferenginar device, which they used in order to try and control Picard. The Kelvin command weapon. This is a portable weapon used by Kelvin explorers. No, not those ones. It can render living targets immobile through a high-powered neural field. Oh yeah, that's from TOS. The Aceton Assimilator Trap. Oh, that's the one from Booby Trap in TNG. It's green, an amazingly potent liquor of unknown origin, identifiable only by its bright, verdant coloration. Often confused for Aldebaran whiskey, the alien libation is reportedly strong enough to render a Kelvin intoxicated. Recovered from the wreckage of the Enterprise D. The Pain Band. This is from Kirk and the episode Spock's Brain. Am I a comic nerd? No. Android Duplicator, a device used to create an exact duplicate of a living being. That's also TOS. A lot of TOS stuff here. It makes so much sense how much of the TOS stuff would end up in Section 31's vaults. Chateau Picard, an estate red wine produced by the Picard vineyards in France. It has the highest security designation from Section 31, despite lack of strategic or scientific value. M5A. Oh, that's the multitronic unit from, yeah, that's from TOS. And the telepathic receiver unit from the Shoreleaf planet. And that's also TOS. There's so many TOS things. Alright, so. We should have time for one more mission. Let's see what we got. Let's go to the alternate universe where the sphere builders are sphere building, as is their wont.
In 2387, an incident created a quantum rift between our universe and this one. A Romulan ship accidentally traveled here through a singularity. They found themselves in 2233 and later destroyed the USS Kelvin in battle. This caused their timeline to differ from ours. As a result, we now refer to it as the Kelvin timeline. We believe the sphere builders communicate with their operatives through the rift.
So here we are now currently in the Kelvin timeline.
Yes. In our timeline, they used the Xindi as a proxy force. I suspect they're doing the same thing here with the Klingons.
I mean, it's hard to see the Klingons as someone's proxy, because I'm a moron, apparently.
I'm reading multiple spheres under construction in this sector, as well as the wreckage of spheres. I suspect the local forces are trying to prevent an expanse from being formed.
Oh, we might get some allies then.
This sphere isn't active yet. We need to neutralize it before the builders can create an expanse.
We are under attack and require...
I do hope you've come to fight, Patok. If not, you may whimper and wait for my blade at your throat.
I do like blades at my throat. Notice the Kelvin Klingons here. Pretty sure this is when they started adding the Kelvin stuff to the game, like the Vengeance, which people still use to this day. And of course the Kelvin Constitution, and I don't remember
Reading
what else.
multiple Klingon life signs on Yorktown's bridge. Enemy reinforcements inbound.
Alright, hang on, I have to go kill Trithon really quick. Or I could outsource that. Does anybody want to kill Trithon? Thank you, Flygand. Appreciate you.
Unidentified vessel. This is the USS Yorktown. We are under attack by Klingon boarding parties. Can you provide assistance?
Affirmative, Yorktown. On our way. There's one thing I really don't like about the Kelvin Constitution. Do you see how big that ship is? Remember how colossally huge my ship is? That thing is almost as big as my ship. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for the Kelvin Constitution to be this mammoth ship that dwarfs a galaxy. Okay, dwarfs is exaggerating, but still is bigger than a galaxy. Alright, let's clean this up. Oh god, Klingons. Klingons! Yeah, consequently, don't even get me started about the vengeance. Ugh.
Over here! Greetings. I am Science Officer 0718. Thank you for your very timely assistance. Could you see to Admiral Garrett's medical needs? I am currently interfacing with your crew and the Yorktown's engineering systems to prevent a critical breach of the warp core.
Yeah, sure. We'll see to the Admiral. Don't worry. Oop.
Thanks. I'm not sure which Starfleet you're in exactly, but I'm guessing you won't mind giving my crew a hand here. The Klingons really did a number on us.
We'll do what we can, Admiral. Yeah, we're in the Starfleet that's not a military.
Thank you. Oh, my head's still spinning. That last Klingon photon hit sent me flying into the ops console. Head first.
There's this thing called seatbelts, which ironically the Kelvin timeline has. Look into it.
Thank you. I thought we were finished. The Klingons weren't interested in taking prisoners.
Thanks. I hope you're here to deal with these spheres.
That's our job. Yeah, not with the
We
sphere
could use some
builders.
help putting out these fires.
What do you think I'm doing, dude? Jesus, people.
Come over here after you've put out the last fire.
I outrank you, buddy. Just saying.
Over here. All right. We were about to begin sabotage operations on the sphere when the Klingons came to call. As you can see, Yorktown and her crew are in rough shape. But that thing needs to be neutralized. And I count on you and your crew to help us finish the job.
Of course.
Glad to hear it. We've got explosives ready to go. But we'll need to find a proper infiltration point on the sphere. Work with my science officer to make that happen.
Use the starboard console. Together we can triangulate our scanners. Admiral Garrett, I believe we found a suitable location. I have reviewed your proposed infiltration coordinates. They are tactically sound. We can commence operations at your command. Be advised, in previous encounters on board spheres, the occupants have been quick to mobilize their defense forces. Expect heavy opposition.
By the way, I'm pretty sure this is actually the dude who played the android from the movies. They got in for this. Just trivia.
I'll stay on the Yorktown to assist Admiral Garrett and his crew. We'll monitor your progress from the bridge and provide tactical updates as we can.
Okay. Nice place. There's actually guardrails. I'm impressed.
Commander! Kill those intruders!
To date, the most effective Starfleet tactic has been to trigger a critical series of detonations within their power suite. Such disruptions have resulted in destruction of a sphere.
Experiment 2674. Despite attempts to compensate for transdimensional drift, the protocol initiation led to universal instability and, ultimately, entropic acceleration. Galactic habitable spaces, 0. Life signs, minimal. Project terminated.
I'm going to jump in here really quick. We were using the holodeck to try and do our simulations. The sphere builders are using alternate dimensions. And at least one of them was wiped out. Like, one of the galaxies was effectively wiped out because one of their experiments ran rampant and they had entropic acceleration, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Receiving data. I had no idea the sphere builders were involved in so many alternate realities.
So that's messed up. And yes, I do have personal shields. I technically also have the ability to call upon my future self to diminish the damage I take. And if I die, my other future self will come back and resurrect me really quick.
You cannot stop our plans.
I'm pretty sure I can. If Archer and his piddly little ship can, I'm pretty sure I got a thing here.
I was part of the team that devised the sphere neutralization tactics aboard USS Enterprise. After our initial success, I was deployed to the Yorktown to share my expertise on such matters.
It should be invaluable. Let's see what other data we get here.
Experiment 3331. The Expanse grew at an acceptable rate, until it was discovered by the Iconian Dominion Alliance. After intense resistance, we were able to decimate their core systems with targeted micro-expanses. But their desperation assault in subspace led to a complete entropic breakdown and, ultimately, universal disruption. Galactic habitable spaces, 0. Life signs, indeterminate. Project terminated.
So that's another galaxy they wiped out, one in which the Iconians and the Dominion allied.
This data, they've exterminated entire galaxies with their experiments.
Yeah. It's really messed up. I think they were honestly trying to one-up themselves after the Iconians, which is the same mistake it always is. Seriously, every fiction ever that's made that mistake, it's been a mistake.
It seems your alliance with the Klingons has been profitable, builders.
It has. Like the Zindi, they are eager for conquest.
However, the technology you have provided destroys as well as creates.
The Resistance has been disruptive to our progress. Your promises appear thin, Envoy.
I assure you, all is going according to plan. Nothing they will do will keep us from our goals.
And yet, I see a familiar disruption has presented itself again.
A minor nuisance. I suggest letting your Klingons do what they do best.
I will deal with this disruption.
Well, we do have a time travel thing going
You
on.
learned that you cannot prevail, intruder. You will fall to ruin.
Okay. Look, I've been to space, yo. Just open up a portal to the sun here. Don't mind me.
You! I have had enough of you!
Is there a chance we can discuss this like rational beings, or are you just intent on wiping out galaxies?
The Tutarians were a peaceful race, until your misbegotten alliance committed an act of genocide. We were all but annihilated. Only a scant few of us escaped to safety, lost and forgotten within a dimensional void. The Envoy has given us the means to manipulate events. We had begun to undo the damage you have done to us. Quantum realms such as this are ours to study without risk to our own. And should this realm unravel, there is an infinite number of realms remaining to us.
You know, you just whined about being genocided, but now you're doing it on such a scale that it's actually impossible to process.
Yes, just as you were willing to do so to achieve your goals. Do not presume to judge me, murderer! The Expanse Protocol will wipe you from existence, and with your passing, bring justice to my people at long last.
Something is happening. The sphere is emitting a high level of thermobaric radiation. We must complete our objective at once.
Okay. So anyways, how do I think the MCU will handle the big bads post-Thanos? Well, first of all, I know with total certainty that they'll screw it up because they already have. More than once. Second of all, they're very clearly and very obviously going after Kang. because they've already done that. In fact, they've already announced that.
I have finished working on the sphere network. Prepare the final charge for detonation.
And third, I still think that's a dumb idea.
Final charge deployed. We can return and initiate the detonation chain on your command.
Now is as good as any, but first...
Experiment 4472. Projections indicate increased habitable living area and expanse growth rate. Early estimates suggest a 500% increase. Local resistance, primarily from this realm's version of the Federation, has been crude but effective. Deploying Klingon proxy forces at key sphere deployments should alleviate this concern.
The latest data is local. It corresponds to this universe's quantum signature.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't even have to point out that we accidentally wiped out most of her race. And she is deliberately wiping out multiple galaxies worth of races. Bit of a shift there. Everyone wants revenge. God. How about, like, someone who wants a nice apple pie? You like apple pie? Maybe a, I don't know, good old board game? Some tea to go with it? I mean, no, Tara, it's not. There's no cruelty involved, by definition.
Sphere builder ships, inbound.
We are being jammed. We're going to need to recalibrate.
Yeah, revenge is a sucker's game, son. I am for satisfaction.
The sphere is jamming our transmissions. I will recalibrate our systems so we can send detonation signals to the charges.
So do it. Why are you telling me about this? Just do it. Everyone's always preparing. Just go.
Signal to activate the explosives.
Oh my god, really? Do I have to do everything around here?
The thermobaric gas is creating an unusual level of interference, attempting to boost our comm signal to compensate.
Please hurry.
Recalibration complete. I have established a link to the charges on the sphere, ready to activate on your command.
Detonate them.
Detonation's complete. The sphere is neutralized.
Nice work over there.
Thanks.
It was rough for a moment, but you both...
Could you stop turning into your evil future self for a second?
What the...
I'll see you back on the ship, sir.
Most curious. I believe that wound occurred due to a temporal shift. Something has happened elsewhere.
It's happened before. We're not really sure why.
A question for another time, perhaps.
In the end, you came through for us. On behalf of Starfleet and the Yorktown crew, thanks.
You're welcome.
Indeed. Safe travels to you and your crew.
Keep it up, by the way. Any other sphere builders show up, beat the crap out of them for me. Why am I using that communicator? Am I one of those antique captains? Is that my thing? Do I just like to be like, do the flip, you know?
The Envoy's been busy since our last meeting. I think we can add the Sphere Builders to our list of known TLF associates and members after this encounter. The Builders are no strangers to temporal war. Their experience could tip the balance of power against us. Unfortunately, their ability to operate in our dimension is extremely limited. For now.
Cool. So I've got one other random mission. You'll notice these are all supposed to be breather missions. We haven't really started the next arc for real yet. We're kind of building up to it, doing some establishment. So these are supposed to be establishment missions. Is it just me, or do they not feel as breathery as they probably need to? Honest question. Yeah, also, the fact that these missions begin the temporal arc is really strange. Like, this should not be here. You remember how the Klingon War was mostly completely unconnected random missions? That's kind of what's going on here, with some exceptions. But I digress. Whoops. Yeah, the temporal fire extinguisher. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and update the HUD. I probably could get the next quest done, but I know what that quest is, and I'd kind of like to take my time with it. So tomorrow, we will not be streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we never will again. That's a lie. But tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a dentist's appointment. It shouldn't be long. I don't know how long it will be. So, I don't know when we'll start streaming tomorrow. And that's the summary. So, whenever I'm here, I'll be here. See ya.